Hey Creative team, it's Peter here back for another Tuesday tip. It's been a while, it's been a few weeks. I've missed you guys and I've missed creating these videos. So what I'm going to do is give a rundown on how the last couple of weeks have went. Obviously you know that we were running our first ever CoFit challenge, and then I'll go into today's Tuesday tip, which I'm also very excited about. So what did we get up to? What did I get up to for the last few weeks? Of course, in addition to keeping our projects running and serving our clients and running our internal marketing, we were working on another initiative, which is our CoFit challenge that we ran on Facebook. So we set up a series called the Level Up Your Life in 2021 challenge. Bit of a long one there, and we had different series for each one. So in this particular series, we called it the Creative Vision Challenge. So it's the CoFit Level Up Your Life in 2021 Create a Vision Challenge. And for our first challenge ever, I think it went quite well. We were very organized. We had the entire system down, and it was all just really down to execution. Numbers wise, we didn't get a whole lot of participants as I was hoping, and I think I understand why. It basically comes down to just promotion and the way that we were running it, the way that we were promoting it. We definitely needed a bit more runway for that type of content. Other than that, I was really happy with what the outcome was. In the end, there was about 4 of us standing. 2 of them that we named as winners of the challenge. They were there through the entire time participating, and they have received a couple rewards as a thank you from both Jing and also from Creatic. And yeah, it went well overall. We got a chance to really crystallize existing visions and paint new ones for just individual businesses and also personal visions as well. As we know, visions are very, very important in order to really determine on where we're going so that we all know. So it was definitely a challenge. It was a challenge for me as well, because balancing all of that on top of running your everyday business and your everyday lives can be a challenge. So looking forward to the next one. I'm not sure when we're going to run it just yet. We are thinking to possibly just run the same one again and just make improvements there. So we're going to see how we go, whether we're going to run that same one again or whether we're going to run a different one that's going to be complementary. So I will most definitely keep you all updated. So what's next from here? Since we've already run the challenge, we've been able to attract a pretty decent following, and we're just going to keep building on top of that. And of course, the next step is to just get all of our content together and continue to just bring more value to the CoFit community. And next step really is just to get out the app that we've been working on as well. So that's our next priority, in addition to our marketing ventures here at Creatic as far as new business goes. Okay, so on to today's Tuesday tip. So this one I've been wanting to bring to you guys for a number of weeks actually, but I wanted to get through a few other things first, which we now have, and that was just basically, all of the tips, the Tuesday tips and the Monday motivation topics. I wanted to make sure that we paved the way with those, and so we've done that. And then I also wanted to make sure that we got our CoFit challenge all up and running as well. So that's all happened. So we're making some good headway here. So today's Tuesday tip, and it's not just for a Tuesday. This is something that I'm now using in my life, both personally and professionally, for the last, I would say the last 4 to 5 months intensely, whereas I came across the technology a couple years ago. So I would like to introduce you to human design. Okay, so this might be a little bit esoteric. Actually, it is very esoteric. But if you haven't noticed now, I'm a pretty esoteric person because I find a lot of value in ancient wisdom, simple as that. A lot of it coming from the eastern parts of the world. And I think that it can really benefit. There's different types of modalities that can benefit pretty much everybody. And we're actually starting to see a lot of the Western world take up a lot of the Eastern types of practices like medicines and so on. So, what is human design? Human design was downloaded basically in a meditation by the founder. His name is Ra Uru Hu. So he's passed on now, but he has left with us his magnificent body of work that he's put into, created an entire system out of it. And that system is used, as I mentioned, personally and professionally, because there's also a business system for it as well called BG5. But what is human design and how can we actually use it and apply it to our everyday lives? So human design is a combination of about 5 different modalities. Okay, so it uses Western astrology, it uses the I Ching, it uses the Kabbalah, it uses numerology, and then it also uses quantum physics, which I love. And what it does is it essentially takes all five technologies, if you want to call them technologies or modalities, and wraps them all up into one and applies it to every single human being. So if you were to compare it to anything, I would compare it to basically being something like, if you look at a car, for example, when you buy a car, you know, you have different types of cars. You have 4x4s, you have sports cars, sedans, trucks, and so on. All different types of makes and models. So when you buy that vehicle, then it also comes with what? It comes with a manual, right? So human design is basically the manual to the human body for each individual at a very, very precise level. So we know that humans are not created equally in terms of what their strengths and weaknesses are and what their skills are. I mean, if you look at a human being, we're so different in terms of the iris of our eye, the fingerprints on our fingerprints on our fingers, the voice that we speak out. Everybody sounds differently. Everybody thinks and reacts differently, but in the systems that we've been brought up in, we're basically taught that everybody is the same and everybody should be treated the same and everybody operates the same. And there is nothing further from the truth. Everybody is very unique and different in their own right, and it's a beautiful thing. Okay, so how can you actually use human design and apply it to your everyday life? So human design, once you know your human design type, there's 5 different types. You have the manifestors, you have the manifesting generators, you have the generators, you have the something called the projectors, and then you have the reflectors. So that's 5 there. So once you know your design type, then you can get a general understanding of basically how you function, how your body actually functions on this plane. Okay, so once you have an understanding of your primary design type, then it's really about just looking at the nitty-gritty details about things like what your design type is actually suited to be doing for a career. You know, what's your design type meant to be doing work-wise? You know, some are meant to be really just hustling and grinding that 8 to 12 hour, 15-hour work days, but not all of those are actually meant to be doing that. Some are actually meant to only be working half of that, if even that. If you're a projector or if you're a manifestor, actually, which I'm a manifestor, and they're meant to be working really just 4 to 6 hour days because they're doing more directing as opposed to just working like generators and manifesting generators who are really just the workforce and the get shit done type of individuals. So if you've ever wondered why some people just have this limitless amount of energy and you know, you may not, then it may be down to your human design type. Other things that you can find out about your human design type is, how are you meant to actually be functioning when you are at work? Are you meant to be behind a desk, or are you meant to be leading a team? Are you meant to be working out on the field with the community, or building a network? Do you have the CEO type profile within your chart? So there's a lot of information that you can find out from your human design type. And the cool thing is that there's so much information out on the web. If you just do some searches in your favorite search engine and do some searches around human design, once you know your type, then you can just basically connect with different types of teachers and communities and find out which one resonates with you so that you can learn more about yourself. Because you guys, this is where it's at, okay? If you can learn about yourself, there's a very famous saying, which is know thyself. If you can learn about yourself and know exactly how you work, the most optimal way, that is number one in order to get anything that you would like to get in your life, whether that's personally or professionally. You are number one in your life. You have to always put on your oxygen mask first, always invest in yourself first, and you do that by learning about yourself. So once you have an understanding of what your human design profile is, then that will start you on your journey. So I wanted to bring that to you all here today because we're going to be implementing human design here at Creatic. We've already done some Myers-Briggs exercises, but I mean, this completely blows Myers-Briggs out of the water. Myers-Briggs is like a play school according to the very distinct properties of what you can find in human design, in my humble opinion, based on what I've experienced so far, and I've done a lot of these. So we're going to be implementing it here. I'm going to be coming around to our team members and getting your information. Please have your birthday and your birth time, which is very important because we need to know what time that you were born. That's basically what time you were basically put into the simulation, as some people call it, from a quantum physics perspective. And that basically defines what your chart is. So we need your birthday, we need your birth time, and then we also need your birth city. And then there's that numerology aspect as well. So we're going to get your full legal name, which I believe that we should have anyway. And then I'm going to give you guys your just a basic reading for each one of you to then start you on your path. So we want to make sure that everybody is situated here at Creatic as they should be, and if they're not, then we will just make some adjustments accordingly. And then we'll take it from there. One of the challenges that we're thinking about doing in the future is around human design, and that's for our clients and also for our prospective clients. Because imagine this, okay? Imagine the world where everybody actually knew themselves so well from a fundamental level. They knew exactly what their purpose is, and yes, human design does teach you about your purpose. They knew exactly how they work and where they should be living, whether they're meant to be living in the city or whether they're meant to be living in the mountains or whether they're meant to be living on the shoreline. Yes, human design talks about that as well. If everybody knew themselves so well and were in their actual place and they were living their purpose and they were on their mission, imagine how much more harmonious the world would be. It would be so amazing. And I go on about peace and harmony and kumbaya for the world quite a lot. And the funny thing is that it's in my human design. It's funny, and it's there. So that's one of the reasons why I get really excited about it. And I want to make sure that everybody knows about it. And so I want to make sure that we start that by implementing it here at Creatic. I will be coming around to speaking to you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching the video, and looking forward to finding out more about everybody on a deeper level. All right, chat with you guys soon. Bye-bye.